Page 36, and this is a review of Chapter 2. The answers are in the back, but I'll go ahead and go through everything briefly. It's kind of important that you understand these symbols and things that are in here. Letter A, they want you to match the column on the left with the column on the right. So look on the right, number 1 is a whole step. So you find the whole step, or the thing that represents a whole step on the left. If you look down, you'll see letter H, they have half notes. There's an E and a D. Well, there's one note in between. That is a whole step between those notes. So it would be H for number 1. Number 2, time is borrowed. Notes held longer, whatever. What's that a definition of? And the answer is rubato, which one is rubato? F, letter F. Number 3, common time or 4/4 time. What is common time? What's the symbol for it? And that is a C for common, and that's letter E. Number 5, major third or 4/2 steps. Which is an example of a major third? That could be harmonic or melodic, doesn't matter. Well, let's see. We're looking at a major third. Looks like it's letter I. You have here to here, except that is a minor third. That's only 3/2 steps. That's not it. So go on down to letter L. That is a C and an E. That's 4/2 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is a major third. So letter L is a major third. Number 6, a minor third. Well, I just did that one when I looked at letter I, because that is 3/2 steps. A D to an F, that's a minor third. Number 7, to stress or accent weak beats. That's kind of misleading the way that they've written it there. But of all the choices on the left side that comes even close to that, it would be B, syncopation. It's where you're throwing the rhythm off, where something's happening when you're not expecting it or whatever. Number 8, broken chord bass. What's an example of a broken chord bass? There's 2 of them actually. You have letter C is here. That's a broken chord, but I think they're after letter K. There, because altogether it's a chord, but it's one note at a time, so I'm guessing if they want letter K there. We're going to save letter C for something else, I guess. Number 9, a 3-note chord is a triad, so we got to find a triad, and that's letter G. That's 9. Number 10 is a half step. What's an example of a half step? We've already had a whole step. That was the D and the E, that was H. The half step would be like E to F, the beginning. Letter A, that's a half step because there's no note in between. Number 11, cut time or 2/2 time. The symbol for that is a C with a line through the middle of it, which is letter J. And then number 12, rhythmic or to play in strict rhythm with a steady beat. And that would be letter D, ritmico. Kind of unnecessary because you're doing that all the time unless you use rubato. Over on page 37, B and C, they want you to write the notes for an E harmonic scale going up and down. Ascending is going up, descending is going down. Circle the half steps, and then do the primary chords. Well, let's review. What is E harmonic minor? Well, E minor is the relative minor to what major? Well, you go up a minor third from E, go up a minor third here, and that's it. So G major is the relative major. It has 1 sharp in the key signature, an F sharp. So E minor has 1 sharp in the key signature. Therefore, all the Fs are going to be sharp. So you draw whole notes from E to E, both staves. And when you get to the Fs, you put a sharp sign in front of them. But they want harmonic minor. See, that's natural minor I just described. In harmonic minor, you raise the 7th step. Well, E, the 7th step, would be the D. It's just 1 down. So instead of a D, you do a D sharp. So in front of all the Ds, you put a sharp sign. So here, on both steps up to here. Yeah. Chords the same way. Root position on the chords, wherever you're going to put them. An E chord, and then the 4 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be the A minor chord. And the 5th chord, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't forget the F sharp. It's in the key signature for E minor. And we're using the harmonic minor, so raise the D also. Yeah. Using the notes in the E harmonic minor scale for these chords is what we're doing. Then you're writing those in bass clef also. 4 and the 5/7 or the 5 chord. Letter D, write the key for E minor. Already, you did that up above almost. It's a sharp. One sharp is F sharp. So put in the sharp where it goes in for treble clef, which is the top line. Then the tonic note for E minor is E. This is the first note, step 1. The root of a tonic chord is a chord built on step 1, or the tonic, which is here, and the root is E. The subdominant note, 1, 2, 3, 4, remember that's the 4th note, that would be an A. And the root of the chord, the subdominant chord is the 4 chord, well, that would be an A. Number 6, the dominant note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dominant is the 5th note. Subdominant is 4, dominant 5. So B is the dominant note, and the chord, then the root of that chord, of the 5 chord or dominant chord, is the B. Number 8, tonic and subdominant chords are major and minor. Which? Well, depends on what key you're in. We're dealing with minor here, E minor. So the tonic is the first one. The tonic is always the same as the key. If I'm in a major key, the tonic chord is major. If I'm in a minor key, the tonic chord is minor. So tonic is minor in E minor. And the subdominant, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's also minor here in E minor. If it were a major scale, it'd be major. The subdominant chord is major. Number 9, the dominant chord is what? Well, dominant is 5th, and we're in E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm doing E harmonic minor here. And in that case, it's major. If I do E natural minor, then it's a minor chord. But we're using a harmonic minor. They didn't say that here, but they should have. They just said in the key of E minor. Well, that means natural minor if you're going to do that. If that case, then the D, you're using D naturals. So I guess it depends on whether you're using harmonic minor or natural minor. They're not clear on that. Letter E, write the chord symbols E minor, A minor, and B7 in the boxes. So you have to figure them out. Here, well, that's a minor, and the bottom note's E, so it's E minor. This is the 5/7 of it. Hopefully you just know that's a B7 chord. It's been changed. We have here, and we're not using all of the notes. We're not using that one. It's here. It's a B7 chord. And then an E minor, B7, E minor, that is an A minor chord. Remember, it's here. We just put the A on the bottom. They're the 1, 4, and the 5/7 chords here. G, letter G. Name the following major and minor triads. For each, we're taking all the notes in each measure. So in the first one, you have it here and here. All together, that is a G minor chord. They've given you that. The second one is here. All of those together, well, that would be a C minor chord. Third one is here. That's an A minor chord. And then the whole notes, that's E minor again. And then the next one, that's G major. Well, G major, you just put in a G. You can put in a capital M if you want to, but it's not required. With the minors, you have to put in a lowercase m. Lowercase, not uppercase. If you put in an uppercase M, that means major. So, and this one is just G chord. And the last one is here, and that's a C chord. It's major. Let me know if you have questions, but as I said, the answers are in the back of the book.